All right, now we're live. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Felix here. I am with a good friend of mine. Good friend of mine who I um I should have rehearsed this in my head. Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself to
Oh,
us,
you think
Lima.
so? Oh, you think so? Anyway, hey there, everyone. My name is Lima Stania, resident Miamian, owner, proud owner of an American shitbox, a Ford Fiesta ST. But also, despite that, I'm a public transit chill.
As we will very soon cover. So a little bit of context to this. In Yeah, last week, I think, yeah, last week, last Saturday, I went down to Miami to look for this specific. Where is that? Yes, this and specifically, which, by the way, is very little details. My curiosity led me to look for this. Decided, you know what? I got a guy down in Miami. I got a contact down there. We can go and check it out. Um, Fifth Street to Eighth Street along South Beach. Can you get any more? Can you get any more vague? Oh, it's on the water. It's on the water. They describe it through using street names, and the best part, it's only going to be active for 1 hour over 3 days. Over 1 hour over 3 days. So I decided to take the train down. I live a little bit away from Miami. There's a train, a couple trains that I went down in order to get there. It wasn't so bad, despite me very rarely taking trains here in the U.S. Um, despite that, then the trouble starts when I arrive there at the train station, Miami. Lima's there, and what does he tell me? What
We're
did you tell me?
taking the bloody bus.
See,
There's a couple
see,
of reasons. So there's a couple of. May I take it over from here?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so there's a couple of reasons why I suggested the bus plan or the public transit plan from the get-go. Number one, this happened in the middle of an event, an art event here in Miami called Art Basel. Art Basel absolutely clogs traffic, makes parking impossible to get, and what little parking is there is $70 for probably 2 hours of parking. So we weren't going to do that. I got my Fiesta ST, but I wasn't going to drive it. Number one, because to the unobservant among you, that is a manual hot hatchback. And I wasn't going to be stuck in traffic with a manual with Felix on the passenger seat. And number two, I had a car accident fairly recently. The car had just been fixed, and I didn't want to, number one, I didn't want to risk it, and number two, I'm pretty low on funds at the moment. So, I pitched a public transit plan. There is a bus route that goes straight from the Miami Intermodal Center, which is where the train dropped off Felix, to straight down to South Beach, to the heart of South Beach. It's called Route 150 Express. It's he put it. He put the
Higher,
number on
higher
the
end of perv.
thumbnail.
What the fuck? Let me switch together. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
So
this is the aftermath of an off collab that we did. This is the very torn up aftermath of the off collab. So I say, hey, I met a stranger from the internet. Let me get in this car. Like, I'm preparing for that. No, what does the stranger from the internet tell me? We're taking the bus, so we'll both get kidnapped instead of just me.
come on. Okay.
Okay, well, it
So
wasn't
the
quite the
plan originally
bus.
was to take Route One. So the plan originally was to take Route 150 from Miami International Airport straight to South Beach.
Hold on, Lima.
Unfortunately, because
Could you move closer to your mic or increase your volume real quick?
hang on, let me
Um,
just move the mic closer because I think
there we.
that's the issue. All right. So back to the beginning.
Hold on.
So
You
the
might not
plan
be.
was
You
to
might
take.
not be picking up. Hold on. Say again. Oh, keep going.
Oh boy, hang on. Let me just check. Hello. I have something to do.
Hold on.
Input. Hello.
All right. I think you're picking up.
All right. So
Hopefully, you're picking up. Go.
I I hope so. If not, I'll just check the stream
Oh,
myself.
he says he's still. He says you're still really quiet.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I
Oh,
think I don't think it's an input on my end thing because I got it cranked all the way up.
oh. Hold on. Let me.
Sounds like
I might have to
sounds like
lower the mics increase the mic sensitivity. Say again. Okay. Say again.
hello.
I don't-
I am an abs. This is going great. This is going just as great as the off collab.
Hold on. I have to lower Give me a second. Mic sensitivity. Say again. Okay. Up.
No,
Mm,
the one who's
actually,
who's
actually, I think on my phone, which is controlling chat, I can hear you fine via my phone. You know what? Let's just continue. Let's just continue. So
but remember that perv is of the third age, so he probably is.
he is
Can't hear us
he
very well.
he is in those upper digits. But yeah,
Exactly.
so
Upper
it
two
was.
digits.
While I
Close to
said
three.
while you did say take the bus, what did we end up taking, Lima? What?
Okay, so let me explain and then I'll go. So basically, when he arrived, we were waiting for Route 150, but it turns out it was delayed because of traffic. So when the bus driver arrived, I was like, okay, she's got her food because of and she's probably gonna take a little over half an hour. We'll be late to make it and to see the boat. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do a shortcut that won't take us along traffic. Let's grab your day pass for the metro and the bus system, and let's head over to the train, to the Miami-Dade Metro Rail. So we did that. We went in, we chatted up a bit, we discussed how Amtrak pulled out of the Miami International Station. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
he
blah. We
pointed
got
out that
on the
like
train.
parts of the station are unbuilt because Amtrak wasn't there.
Amtrak wasn't there if they were supposed to be there, but they decided, you know what? Me when I lie, we're not coming.
And then what lied to us later? Another train because we went up into the metro, it's only a couple stops down, then we'll catch the bus. It was the bus was 2 stops away. What was 1 stop away? A 30 like was it how long were we there? 30 minutes.
Okay,
R-
so yeah, because here's the thing. So apparently, and I didn't know this, and apparently they're not doing it very often. I think they're only doing it on the weekends, which is when you came.
Yeah.
Due to driver shortages, due to train conductor shortages, they were doing like a little shuttle between Arlington Heights Station and the Miami International Airport Station. They shortened the orange line to just that stop, back and forth between the airport and Arlington Heights. But I didn't know that. I thought that the orange line would take us straight to Alapata Station, which was 2 stops away, so we could get on the bloody 36 bus. Guess what? That didn't happen. We got kicked out of the train by the train conductor telling us, you're going to Alapata, you have to get off. And we just narrowly missed the green line to go to Alapata. So we were stuck, I think it was like 15 minutes on Arlington Heights.
It felt forever.
Waiting for the green line to come.
While we were envying the open highway directly below us.
And we saw the 150 going past. The bus we missed.
That is why on the thumbnail there's that's the bus from Speed. I put the 150 on it because we would be chasing that bus the entire time we were in Miami. That is not a it is an entire story arc, the 150 bus.
It's trauma that he now has.
And so I think
down again, and if he ever comes back down again from whatever hiding hole up in North Florida he goes, I'm gonna bring him back, and this time we are gonna take the 150 for realsies.
Well, okay, so I feel like all the entire city was working against us that day. That's how it felt. Because okay, so we
I
finally
hate, so I hate Miami Beach with a passion for a reason. But anyway, so let me just continue the story. So we get off finally. We wait 15. I think it was between 15 and 20 minutes. The green line comes. We get on it. We get off at Alapata, and guess what? We had just missed the 36, and that bus route has a 45-minute cadence on the weekends.
uh
Which meant we missed it, we missed the boat, we missed the Gungirls, and
we missed the
we
bus.
were now way behind schedule because guess what? The last train for him to leave Miami was at 8:52 p.m.
Well, at the very least, the I think the highlights were us finally getting on the bus after we'd annoyed the hell out of all the other passengers at the train and bus station, like at the connecting train and bus station. We were
Of course, after you played a clip of Leah calling you
gay,
gay.
gay, gay.
I couldn't see you lowering the volume fast enough.
I feel bad.
Another thing we discovered. So, for context,
Yeah.
Felix is on his early 20s. I'm 32. I can run longer and faster than him.
This is look. I like walking. I like going outside. I'm just not. Seemingly, I'm not very good at it. I like. There's a difference between sprinting and endurance running. The latter of which is almost non-existent to me because
You
oh
only do
man,
strength. You only
yeah.
do strength workouts.
I mainly do muscle. I mainly do like strength stuff, muscle stuff at the gym. I very rarely do cardio because I am. That is. It is not. It's not. It doesn't go well. Yeah. I'd have left the volume loud and laughed. Okay, so that's perfect. So I want to retell this from okay, so we get on the bus, and then this is where the problems really start because I didn't know how apocalyptically bad the Miami traffic was in this time of year and this around these kinds of events. Like you said it was Art Basel, right?
Correct. That's
Yeah.
It was Art Basel. I hated working during that week. I hated going to the beach during that week, and by principle, I hate going to Miami Beach as a whole, even though I work there.
Yeah, it's it was just miles and miles of complete gridlock in all directions once we got on that bus. And it was oh
The
my
worst
god.
problem is that apparently, so I recommended the bus because usually the bus cuts through the traffic by going through the shoulder. And then it turns out that, and I asked this to one of the bus drivers in another trip to work after you left, turns out during the weekends they're not authorized to go on the shoulder.
And I just there's it was a river, a pure river of just vehicles with people in them. I remember one of my favorite questions, besides our like VTuber related stuff that we're talking about. One of my favorite questions about a current situation was, is it better to be moving during red or stop during green? Because we were getting both in droves. This is a small breath.
And then the best kicker out of them all. So we got on the 36 on Alapata Station. We started going. We passed Biscayne Boulevard. It was heavy traffic, but we were moving. That was the thing. The problem was the moment we got on the Julia Tuttle Causeway, gridlock.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over again. And we finally got onto Miami Beach, onto the Barrier Islands, I decided, executive decision, I pulled the cord, we're getting off.
We're getting off.
We're legging it to Indian Creek Drive, which was a little over 10 blocks away.
And I remember having like these.
And you want to know the best part? We overtook the bus walk.
We outran multiple buses, and our like Lima says, "Oh, we know a restaurant."
We outwalked it. We outwalked.
We outwalked the buses. We weren't moving at considerable speed. We were just walking, and lo and behold, you can just see the buses and the entire like motion of traffic just barely keeping up with us. It was like I rail on about like how I hate public transportation after this. Public transportation traumatized me. Well, in all honesty, all transportation failed us that day because if we'd taken your car, it would have been even
I
worse.
wouldn't even look. I can't. My car is a subcompact. I wouldn't have found the place to park. Anyway, even though it's a subcompact and fits, and I personally know that it fits in places where other cars wouldn't have fit, I just wouldn't have found the spot.
Yeah.
And whatever spot I had found, I would have to pay up the ass for it.
Yeah. Oh, Random Perv says, sounds like some shitholes I used to work. I did work back in the day. Was faster to walk than to take a vehicle. Yeah, I think that's how it is with like extremely crowded cities. Now, Lima's been there. He's a Miami resident. He's like he's seen it all. I very rarely go to Miami, despite also being Floridian. I very rarely go to Miami for what I consider good reasons.
Look, and those are completely good reasons. Because the thing about it is, so here's the thing: the rest of Florida hates Miami, and Miami hates the rest of Florida.
Yeah, so I go along. We're walking along Indian Creek. I'm like, oh wow, the skyline is really pretty. I like all the skyscrapers. I like the architecture. I like the houses and like the buildings on the other side because it's like a waterfront that's covered with like a garden on the side. And then I look back.
When we saw Indian Creek, the joke was finally a boat.
Finally a boat. And then I look at the river of traffic that we have just escaped, and I realize, no, I hate this place. I never want to live here. I hate the city. Please get me out of here. This is hell. This is hell. This is hell. That is it's like what? Like I take a moment. I take a few pictures. Then I look back at this river of traffic, and I say, thank God, I was not.
I wish you'd taken pictures. Actually, if you do want it, I do have a picture of the traffic jam.
Yeah, I'll throw it up. I'll throw it up on the window. And so, and I remember another thing I said to him because, something interesting going on, not connected to GFL2, but there's a mod called Fallout Miami that's in the works. And what I can say is, if I was making that mod, it's a mod for Fallout 4. If I was making that mod, I would have the Great War happen, and the entirety of Miami Beach. Yeah, the entirety of Miami Beach, line to line with cars. The world ended while you, the average American citizen, is stuck in traffic. Behind the bus, behind the guy with the stupid electric car, that's what's gonna happen to you. It's all gonna happen, and you're stuck in traffic.
And you want to know? And I think I also told you this at the moment. Miami has the 5th worst traffic congestion in the world. The whole Miami-Dade County area.
The 5th?
The
Yeah,
5th worst. We beat Los Angeles.
Well, the first is still, I think.
Los Angeles at being stuck in traffic. The city that invented traffic.
City that. Hold on. I remember I told you about my time in London, right? When I went there visiting went to the UK to visit some family. Yeah. Yeah, we were on a bus. We were on a tour bus going through London. We decided, you know what? This isn't going anywhere. This is the worst traffic we've ever seen. This is even worse than the US, anything we've seen in the US, at least until recently when I went to Miami. So I decided, you know what? Let's just get off. We're gonna walk. Thankfully, we didn't get stabbed. This is a possibility in both cities.
Not really. In Miami, you're more likely to A, get scammed.
Yeah.
Get shot. Thank you, America.
Then there was the arson attack that we said that we. It's the fire truck. The fire truck going by as we saw when we were waiting at the bus station.
In Alapada, it was like, oh, that's a fire truck, and then just two cop cars going behind it. Okay, yeah. It's an arson attack.
Oh, you find a holotape of a guy who was stuck in traffic from Zion Canyon. The first one is him complaining he was stuck in traffic when the nukes dropped. Oh yeah, that's right. The there's a literal character. Well, this is in Utah instead of in Florida, but it's in Fallout. A guy called Randall Clark literally gets stuck in traffic in Zion National Park. He gets stuck in traffic while the bombs drop. So I guess it's a universal problem.
It's a quintessential American problem, being stuck in traffic.
Well, I'd say it's a well. While this does take place in
But here's the thing: most places will have traffic,
yeah,
especially in most built-up cities. Caracas, I would say what else? San Salvador, Mexico City, Melbourne.
it was pretty bad when I
Sydney.
went to Manila, but I think yeah, I actually can't remember exactly how bad it was, but I think it was pretty packed. Pretty packed when I went to Manila because
But
Manila
the
is
thing is,
considered the most
yep.
densely populated city in the world. I think, but like, I think it's Manila and then Islamabad in Pakistan that are the two most densest, and then Beijing or Tokyo, and then is it a
One of
city
those,
in the
but then again,
U.S.?
in Beijing and Tokyo, you have like this massive sprawling public transportation network that cuts to traffic, and most people will take that rather
Well,
than
the
have a
thing
car.
is, Lima, they also have like the million lane highways, just like in the U.S. over in China. It's just that it's
I mean, China, yes,
yeah,
definitely, yeah.
in
I mean, but I found this funny that much like Florida, every single highway in Tokyo is a toll road.
now I wonder if Florida has anything like the Dallas High Five interchange. I think I've seen like genuinely impressive photos of how tangled the Dallas interchange is. I
I
think
think the
that
closest thing we have is the Dolphin Palmetto interchange or the Midtown interchange over in downtown Miami. It's either of those. That's the closest thing, but it's not as big as the Dallas High Five. It
yeah,
definitely isn't as big.
you've been
Those are
to
the
the Dallas High Five, right?
me.
Yeah, when you went to Texas,
I drove to Houston, not to Dallas, and
not to Dallas.
I bypassed Dallas completely.
I think I remember. Yeah, because I think it was the high five interchange that inspired that that scene in Cars where they go, "Life is a highway," and they're all
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
just seeing this like
At the
overhead
very
shot
beginning,
of
and they
8 million
oh,
of
sorry,
like
I'm not.
8 million different overpasses intersecting with each other. I think that is like the high five is what inspired that specific shot. It's genuinely incredible and somewhat horrifying in person. Actually, speaking of like horrific
I'm
highway
pretty sure
highway
that if you were
places.
to drive through it, you just wouldn't mind it.
Um,
The problem is that like much like every single piece of infrastructure, when you look at it from afar, what the hell is that?
you like you know how like if you look at it and you don't know what a car is or like a highway is or even like if you don't know how like you have no frame of reference for what is it looks like an eldritch being sprouting out of the earth. And speaking of eldritch beings sprouting out of the earth, remember our talks with like I think a friend of ours, mutual friend of ours, um who drove the Beltway into Washington D.C., which is
Oh,
considered
access. Well,
yeah, I
I mean,
think
there's two. I mean, I know two people who are on the general, uh, Delmarva area, and they both hate the Beltway.
yeah, it's and I got family who lives up there now, so I can't imagine how like hellish like living up there it is for them. But oh
Number one,
man,
you got the federal government right next beside you. And number two, you got one of the worst highways ever designed.
ironically enough, when I went to Hawaii, the roads were actually really good. The like I think I've said this before in Oahu at least. In Oahu, the roads are really good. The everywhere else the roads are like mid. In Oahu and I think and Maui, because Maui is a big tourist area, at least in the developed areas, the road is pretty good. At least it's good at keeping itself clean, keeping itself like well maintained. I guess there's not much traffic on it. On Oahu, there's a lot of traffic, but
God
It's quick, and there's less potholes than you see in a normal um. Oh, the high terrible artists. It, a,
So
a friend of ours. Is this your way of admitting you're dick deep in the Pokemon onion? I know nothing about Pokemon. It's city and then dirt. Yeah, it's city and then dirt. Actually, that's honestly, I think that's is that no. I don't think I've been to a place that is a city then dirt. I've never had urban areas right next to right next to urban areas right next to rural areas. I've seen a lot of suburban areas like mixed with rural areas, but I've never seen like urban directly to rural. I've never seen that before.
last time I went to last when I drove through Tulsa, in order to get to Colorado, back when I had the Civic, that's exactly what Tulsa, Oklahoma felt.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's like it. It is a bit. It is a bit jar. It is a bit jarring to imagine.
I love rural Oklahoma. They got some of the best dirt roads I've ever experienced, and I really want to take the bean over there.
You see any rabbits there?
But
You see any mechanic rabbits?
so yeah, mechanic
Pascal
rabbits.
Pascal saucer.
That exactly, Pascal.
And speaking of which,
Um,
like we kept seeing it, this Aston
he's
Martin
from
just.
OK, isn't he?
Oh, what is it?
He's from OK, isn't he?
Yeah, he is Oklahoman. And I remember, we kept seeing just like one.
Tulsa's a crap hole. Come to Detroit, greatest place in the world. I'm gonna get shot.
I
If I wanted
artist,
to get
terrible artist.
shot, my
I've been.
friend, I would have stayed in Venezuela. Thank you.
I've been to Detroit. I never like I've only seen the airport and I don't want to venture outside of it. Like seeing Miami is bad enough. If Detroit is worse, I don't want to. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Come to Detroit. Come to Detroit. Greatest place in the world, bro. Oh man.
Also, speaking of potholes and highways, you were talking about Hawaii.
Yeah.
Hawaii is that most of the highways were built within the last, I would say.
Within what?
Years. Meanwhile, the rest of the highways in the rest of the U.S. are coming close to 100 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it could be just like that the highway system in Hawaii is very young compared to. And speaking of
Very
Hawaii,
new.
I
It's
mentioned this
very
during
new.
the
And
during my
if-
Hawaii
if-
travel
if-
segment.
if we're- uh-huh.
Oh, I mentioned this during my Hawaii travel segment. There are altogether far too many Jeeps that people pretend to work in Hawaii. It made me uncomfortable. Wranglers specifically, not the other lineup that are basically just Dodges. Specifically the Wrangler. It is obscenely popular over there because people like to pretend they're going off road or like they're jungle explorers or whatever. And it pains me to see it because it's like you have to know that is performing terribly in an environment like that. The Willys
So you wanna-
Jeep and the Jeep Wrangler have no connection, have no mechanical connection at all. It is not an army vehicle, it is not a military vehicle, it is not an off-roader. Stop buying them until they fix it. Which, do you think they'll ever fix those? Lima?
I don't. So here's the thing. It's self because it's a fucking dinosaur. The platform bones of the current Jeep Wrangler date all the way back, I think, to basically the 80s or the 90s. It's even worse than the Ford Crown Victoria, and the Crown Victoria is dead.
Yeah. That production runs is like...
So Luxta says that Wranglers are nice bodies on shoulders. They're bad bodies on bad engines. That's the problem. The Pentastar V6 is a dog, and the Hemi, I don't care what people say, the Hemi is another dog of an engine.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Bronco is a better Jeep, and Ford builds it.
Yeah.
So
It's not.
I complain about both the Wrangler and the Bronco. They're terrible cars. The roofs don't seal. You can hear the wind coming in every fucking time. The Bronco and the Wrangler make my Fiesta ST The cheapest car Ford sold in the US in the 2010s looked like a fucking limousine. And I have a rattle on the glove box.
Uh, Felix goes to Detroit. He's gonna be working a street corner within the first 15 minutes. No, no, it's gonna be like Jeremy Clarkson, who like he talked to like the gangbangers and stuff in Motor World. I'm not. It's the dream perfect. Shut up, terrible artist.
And he sold the Camaro and he got sued for misrepresenting the model year.
That's why it looks so cool. But yeah,
The Bronco looks cool. The problem is when you ride one.
Yeah.
I had to drive a manual one. So basically, in my second to last hotel.
Were you chauffeuring hold on, were you chauffeuring OJ Simpson?
No, I was. At least I would then be able to apply for a U visa as a fixing of time. But so here's the thing. I drove one of those. So so basically, our valet on site did not know how to drive manual. So he pulled me because the valet knew that I drove manual because he saw my Honda. When I had the Civic, he saw that my Honda was a stick, and he's like, "Hey, Lima, this very nice Haitian guy. Hey Lima, can you do me a favor and drive this fucking car, this fucking truck that's outside? It's stick shift, and I don't want to fucking brake." So I get on and I say, "Oh, it's a Bronco and it's a stick. I didn't know they sold this in manual." And sure, the shifter was good. The whole gear was amazing. But in the short drive around the block that I gave it to the garage, I could hear the wind, and I was only going like 20 miles an hour, I think. It was less than 50 k's an hour. I was going that slow, and I could hear the wind with the windows up coming in through the roof.
It's not sealed.
It's not sealed.
It's not sealed.
It's like in terms of luxury, it's a terrible. But you want to know? Speaking of people who pretend to go off road.
Yeah.
You know the Ineos Grenadier, right?
Yeah, that one. I know a lot about that one. Yeah.
Basically it's an old Land Rover Discovery ripoff, basically.
I think Hammond sells those. Hammond, I think he's done sponsor stuff for them. For Enos.
I think he owns one.
Yeah, he owns one.
I don't think he does sponsorships for those though.
I know he's done videos on them.
Yeah, I know. So that's the worst thing because it's so fucking expensive. It has little in the way of luxuries, and yet I have spotted dozens of those here in Miami where we're anywhere near any off-roading trails.
You think it's like a rapper car? Yeah, it's the new pimp mobile. You know those
the new pimp mobile is the Nissan Altima.
See, there's a difference between a pimp mobile and a gangbanger car. It's a difference between like a shitbox and a land yacht. Speaking of which, I think recently when I was driving, there was an Altima that just swerved in front of me. No signal. Well, I guess I could have been mad because if I honked at them, they would have shot me. Cut me off. If I complain, they're gonna come out and like beat me to death.
26 says that's what we try Ford Super Duties for off-roading. I still think that's a terrible choice because it's so heavy.
Yeah, it is.
Off-roading, I think.
Rapper rides are black Tahoes on 24s and wide bumper and fender kits. No, it's the actually I'm gonna.
But it has to be. Listen, it has to be a very specific kind of Tahoe and Suburban. It has to be a 2009 Tahoe or Suburban with a lift kit. And I know this because I've seen one in body cam footage.
Hold on, I feel like hold on. If you look up civilian MRAP, these
Midwest safety, he knows what I'm talking about.
Wait, what is it again? Say again.
So I'm talking about the very specific kind of Tahoe. It's because it was on a Midwest safety video.
Oh, from the cop footage.
Where they flipped it over.
Wonder how long Felix gets a rap for his Lada that's got Gizzy, Cleo, and Samoe on it. I drive a Honda, thank you very much.
No, you drive a Porsche Honda because you drive an
I
Acura.
drive. Speaking of which, I did see another model of mine, which I call Yuki. I did see another model of my car recently, and it had like down to the down to the down to the model year, but it was in a different color, and it had it had sick wheels. It had sick rims on it with like the matte black on it, and wide tires. And so I was thinking, like, is it like I love my car, of course, but would it be really worth it to revamp a car like that, like car like from the early 2000s, give it that kind of treatment, with the big rims and everything. And oh yeah,
Yeah, for your specific car, I wouldn't think so.
yeah,
There's specific cars from that era that are worth giving them, like, I'll be honest, putting big rims on and all that stuff. The donk treatment. I would say that those GMT 800s, like, basically the Tahoe,
yeah,
the Suburban, the
the
Avalanche,
Escalade,
the Escalade as well. They all look good.
yeah.
They look like I think
The big American SUV
I,
can't really go wrong with those in terms of looks.
with the donk style. If you
Yeah,
want a low rider out of those, or at least pretend you're a low rider by having
yeah,
big wheels on. For like kind of yours, which are still SUVs,
yeah,
but they're imports. I don't really. I see them more with an Itasha kind of livery.
yeah. I guess that would. Oh, like a Natasha rap.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, what I would like to do with my Fiesta one day in the future, probably, it's either two things: either put ST Octane Academy logos on it, which they actually sold the actual cars that we use on ST Octane Academy, which was Ford's high performance driving thing, or honestly, just put a Face Connect sticker like somewhere on the back, like somewhere like on the tiny
It's what yeah it's like, well, I'm allowed to say what color it is, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Come find me. I'll fight you all.
well, it's a white car, so like putting a black Face Connect sticker on it is it is gonna add to it. It is gonna add to the It's
One
ve-
in each fender.
it's
So I want to do like one in each fender, or a wide one in like, you see the tiny window between the rear window and of course the door. The one that's
between
the tiny one that's between that's between the rear window and the door, and like the body panels.
the tiny window in between the rear window and the hold on.
I don't know how it's called. I think it's the rear quarter window. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. Oh, a window sticker.
Yeah, like a little window sticker over there, facing a wide one, because I want. So basically, I should put it like on my Civic, on my old Civic, which is big. I crashed that car, so if you want a picture like to show it, what happened to it. So basically, I put an Anya Forger sticker on the back.
Oh.
It got completely bleached by the Florida sun in less than 3 months.
Oh wow.
So
Oh yeah,
put something like that's already like white on it instead of black. So
yeah.
If it gets bleached by the sun, it will at least turn like beige.
Oh yeah. Actually, you want to see what we came for, what we missed, because Yuzhong. Actually, you don't know that much about Girls Front Line, do you? Besides,
I don't.
because
I
like
know
as
some
much
of
as
it,
it
but I
is,
think
like as much as it is, it's the lore of this is. It's a I'll go on like here's my tangent, because like while Lima was the one leading me around, this was technically my idea to come down there and look for this, because so it's
he thought my expertise to find it.
yeah, this is
My expertise shot me straight through the foot.
yeah, so GFL very it's this is gonna sound pretentious because this is a lot of lore for a stupid Chinese gotcha game, but it's basically you mix Metal Gear, you mix Stalker, the Ukrainian like Russian, the Chernobyl games, and Terminator, and you get Girls Frontline. This and with all of this is to like
then you add extra tits, of course.
yes, yes you do, absolutely. This is very this yeah. Where do I start? Because
Man can't with his money willingly. Show him boobs.
did you realize MC1 is only stringing you along for free food, right? Shut up. Anyways, so it's
He's
this.
right, though. I don't know what the hell is he talking about, but he's right.
She's a girl boss. She pays for my food. Anyway, in more ways than one. But mm, so story is it's basically post-apocalyptic cyberpunk universe. Like yes, the two are conflated and the two do come together. Um Actually, I don't like thinking about it. I don't know where to start. Okay, how do I summarize this? Big apocalypse happens. Like half the world is irradiated. Ironically, for a Chinese game, it's not very nationalistic in that regard because not like very little of it takes place in China. Most of this is centered around Eastern Europe. So technically, all of them are made in Eastern Europe, but these are Gungirls, and they like a lot of them act like the country they're from. Both of these in the picture. This is 416 and G36. Both of them are supposed to be German. Both of them are supposed to be German, and both of these came back for the sequel. This it takes place in I think in Germany, Germany, Ukraine, I think Romania, and Lithuania, and it's you fight everyone from like in the first section, the ones that I'm playing live. The first section is against Sangvis Failure, which is Ukrainian Skynet that has gone rogue and has daddy issues, literally because
What the fuck is this?
okay, Skynet has daddy issues because the lead. Okay, spoiler: the scientist that created Ukrainian Skynet was shot by the main villain, which you don't find until later, and then she goes crazy and hates humanity because the main villain killed her dad.
Well, the only reason I'm willing to spoil it is because
Ukrainian Neurosama has gone wild, and now I have to fight her live on stream.
Ukrainian Eurozone is one hell of a sentence and a hell
And
of
then
an
after
idea.
that,
We can never
guess
say that again.
guess what? Ukrainian Skynet Neurosama. That's only part one. You have to fight. You have to fight the Russian army next because they decided you're not useful anymore after using you to take out Ukrainian Skynet. They become recurring villains later in the story, and then the main ones are this like cult called Paradeus, which is the led by the main villain, who has where instead of like because all these girls, all these gun girls, are basically like Terminators, or they call them T dolls. I guess they're called tactical dolls. Although I guess the T is a reference to Terminator as well. Like they're all robots. They're all like gynoids or androids, realistic human-looking robots. The ones that Paradeus employs are not robots. They're the clones of his dead sister. They are superhuman clones of his dead sister, some of which may be related to the robots that you're commanding. So the lore goes pretty. It's a little.
You would say that it goes pretty hard, huh?
Yeah, it's and best of all, while this looks like it's like sexy girl gotcha game. I refer to Yuzhong a lot. Yuzhong is the Chinese writer of this game. He is this is a guy who like he made this game because he wanted Hideo Kojima to notice him. I don't like that's not a joke. I mentioned Metal Gear a lot because this is very heavily inspired by Metal Gear, and the joke.
Well, every time you mention Metal Gear, Perv over there is about to shoot himself in the head.
I recommended MGSP to him, and he decided he hated it. But yeah,
That's
this
what
is
happens when you give an actual combat bed any kind of modern military game.
well, I mean, I guess that's why he does like fantasy or fantasy games more. But yeah,
He's just
GS
tired. I don't know. He's both tired and not tired of shooting people.
just because she uses your face as a sea cushion doesn't mean she's feeding you. Shut up,
Well,
Ferb.
she's feeding him a lot of shit.
Phantom Pain was hold on. Phantom Pain was boring. Oh, I feel like a lot of whatever. I mean, when it comes to Kojima, like I get thoughts on him. Do I think he's like he's not worth all the praise, yes, but I do want to play the MGS games at some point because one of the greatest stories of a game that I've ever been interested in, and I think that's reflected. Like it wasn't just the waifu stuff that
Just
like
really good as Miami, Florida man in your tabs.
what is it?
You got Miami, Florida map. Oh,
Yeah, okay. I'll go into that. But speaking of GFL, this is what we missed. This is what we
yeah,
missed.
I'll be honest
This.
with you, even if we had gone there on time, I wouldn't have seen it because the first thing I would have told you is don't pay any mind to like any like boats with billboards on the harbor because they're there all the time. Then it turns out that yes, this is what the alleged yacht.
This is the yacht. We thought it was a real yacht. This is a barge with a billboard on it.
But these are all the time in the coast along Mid and South Beach. I would have told you to ignore it. Hey, no, hang on, Perv. Hang on. Watch Dogs 1 was a great game. The only problem with it was that they were published by Ubisoft.
Oh, as is a very common problem amongst games. Looking at you, all the Tom Clancy games.
Driving San Francisco was an awesome driving game and was published by Ubisoft. The problem is that now that because it was published by Ubisoft, they killed it and they do everything in their power to make you forget it existed.
Oh man, I would love a new driver game.
I paid for the crew. I paid $20 for the crew, one, and I can't play it anymore.
Watch Dogs 1 was a tolerable game, he says.
Shut up! It wasn't tolerable. It was great.
Anyways, this is we could have gotten an eye full of Clue Guy here, old 416 over here with her with all that. We could have gotten an eye full on this yacht, this barge with a cardboard sign on it. But like,
no, that's an LED sign, by the way.
It's a screen, but it like you can't tell entirely that it's a screen because it looks like
They just amp up the lumens in such a way that it looks like it's cardboard.
Yeah, it looks like a sign.
Exactly. And I know that it crack it up so that I know, and I'm gonna throw shades from one of my other friends over here. There's this guy I know, in Connecticut. Guys built like a fucking brick shit house. He loves lights to an unhealthy degree, and I call him the Mothman because I'm like, I don't want to put LEDs on my Fiesta because I feel like they're just gonna make it unbearable to other road users. It's gonna like blind them with the glare. And he's like, who cares? We want more lumens. That is and from that day on, because the guy was goggles. So basically his glasses broke, and so what he did is he grabbed a pair of goggles that he had around.
Are these like welding goggles?
Prescription glasses, and put them in the goggles. And he wears that every day. So from now on, he's henceforth known as the Mothman.
But yeah, the thing is, I think the best part. No, like they did hire like a couple of cosplayers for this. The thing is, I don't think anyone saw them. At least people who knew what GFL 2 was, didn't get to see them because they're only there for 1 hour per day.
1 hour per day for I think it was 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, for 2 or 3 days, but it was only there
for an hour a day. And number 3, they put this on the worst time of the year to put it on because, like I said, number 1, Art Basel.
Yeah.
Traffic is
It's like
terrible
not many
going from
people
A to
could.
B. And as an insider from the hotel industry, you want to know how much was our so cheapest room in my hotel, which is a 3-star hotel. 3-star hotel. You want to know how much our queen room was?
It wasn't like you
Queen
took
room?
me to it. It wasn't very large. It was a pretty little building.
Yes. You want to know
Yeah.
how much were the rooms? The cheapest one? $520 a night.
People really come to the city and get that. Oh man.
And you want to know, now it's already low season, even though we're on the lead up to Christmas. You want to know how much is the same room right now?
Yeah.
In between $98 and $120, depending on where you find it.
Mm.
That's one hell of a 5-finger discount.
Yeah. Oh man. And then
Ladies and gentlemen, if anyone is planning to come to Miami, don't.
yeah, just don't. Hold on. Hope the cosplayers had a nice and team had a nice. I want to be in my warm Miami and see those lovely cosplayers. Would have been the cherry on top. It was too warm, Mister Sigvaldisian. It was a little too warm for. Well, I guess you're in Miami. It's gonna be hot all the time. I was in a Hawaiian shirt, which you come down to Miami, you better be wearing a Hawaiian shirt. At least if you're. I did feel my attire was appropriate, although.
You still thought you were shutting your thoughts off. And meanwhile, what was I wearing? I was wearing like sweat.
T-shirt over a t-shirt and and sweatpants.
Yeah, that was all I was wearing.
Yeah.
It was
So
so now.
So this is what we missed. This is what.
That's what we missed.
Yeah.
We arrived at Miami Beach at around 6:30.
Oh.
We were supposed to be there at 5.
Yeah, it was partially my fault. I was in fact I did get the I didn't plan all of my trains correctly, and so I wound up pretty late there. And then yeah, we missed this. We'll relive all the excitement and memorable moments. There would have been a lot more people if it was if they actually planned this out correctly.
String, by the way.
What is it? Oh.
Told you it was string.
Yeah.
It was an absolute fuck fest of a trip. And we missed the boat. Whatever the fuck that was. That boat. Until after the recap.
Yeah, and this is when we found out it existed. We had, even while we were there, we had no confirmation that this thing even existed. I was going off of a hunch. Before these videos...
Meanwhile, I thought maybe it's a truck. Maybe they're just gonna have a
This post on Twitter was the only evidence we had. Well, it was on Instagram and Facebook as well, but these posts were the only evidence that these existed. That the boat existed, and what do you know? Apparently it was a barge. It was a barge with a billboard on it, and
either way, so we went there. We got there around at 6:30. I took him over to my hotel because I thought, okay, my hotel has some pretty good Italian food, so let's go over there. They were fucking packed.
Yeah, wall to wall.
So I literally tried to get us a table by speaking with the staff and told them, look, I can't sit you anywhere. And even if you wanted to get your food to go, it's gonna take a while. And I'm like, we're on a tight schedule because I need to get this guy back to Miami International by 8:30. So we skipped on the dining plan. We went to some other place. We went to
what was the name of that place that you took me?
Tropical Cafe.
Tropical Cafe. There's a lot of places called Tropical Cafe. So when I told some other people about it, they were confused on what it was. But it was really nice. They love the
reference, Tropical Cafe. The Tropical Cafe that we went to is going to be Collins Avenue and 29th Street. Pretty good place. The only complaint that I have about the service is that I gave the guy a cash tip, and he still left the tip on my credit card.
Oh man. Yeah, and that like the
That, that,
food
that,
was.
that's one of the many tiny things that happen in Miami. You get a death. Your wallet gets a death by 1,000 cuts.
We were
But
gonna
we
be
had but
So I think yeah, I was trying to pay. I was trying to pay because I felt bad. Wanted to contribute, so it wasn't all on him. He said, "The bus is here. I'll pay. Just go. Just go. Just go."
so
And
we were
then
so basically he was eating catfish and I was eating
yeah,
meat.
I it was really good fried catfish over there.
Yeah, I was eating meat. I was eating milanesa, which, in contrast with his catfish, mine tastes like nothing until at least I put like
Yeah.
tomatoes and lettuce in it.
And that I
But
felt bad.
it was chicken milanesa.
Yeah.
I did like the breading, but the breading didn't taste like anything, and the chicken itself didn't taste like anything either, until you dipped it in ketchup, which probably means nothing. I think I had rice, didn't I?
Yeah, I
But
know. Yeah, yeah. We both had French fries. I think.
no, yeah, we had fries and we had plantains.
Yeah, fries and plantains
But
with our with.
speaking of fried plantains, that's gonna be my dinner tonight. Well, not fried. I'm gonna make a plantain puree.
I actually did that. I had that.
I've had this one plantain. I bought it at Costco a little over 2 weeks ago, and I've had it maturing inside of a plastic Walmart bag, and finally it's yellow. Finally it's sweet. I'm gonna eat that tonight. That's gonna be my dinner.
I did have some fried plantains earlier for lunch. Which is what partly caused the hold up. I was having some.
The big yikes sauce. Is your friend British? No, I'm from Venezuela.
He learned this
So,
from Top Gear, by the way.
I mean, no, okay, so
No, was it Top Gear?
My axe is compounded by two things. Number one, Top Gear. Number two, Dank Pots. I've fallen asleep listening to Dank Pots and Garbage Time videos one too many times. To the point where this is just how I speak. I can put on an American accent with enough effort, but I'd rather speak like this.
Ironically enough, I do feel like I want like,
When
of
he
course,
when he
very
met
proudly
me,
American. I do watch a
when he
lot
met
of
me,
I do watch a lot of
sorry.
British and like British content creators, and like I said, a lot of Top Gear, and I feel like I wind up saying British euphemisms in a very heavily American accent, so from
Which
time to
is
time.
just so cursed. He sounds like a higher pitched Ron Weasley. Thank you.
Shut
I'm gonna take that as a compliment. I'm gonna take that as a compliment rather than the insult.
Shut up, man.
But funnily enough, back in the day when I first moved into the States, I did have a Hispanic, I would say a Hispanic New Yorker accent, or I think it sounded kind of like a Puerto Rican.
Yeah, there
Like
are
like a Puerto like a
there
Puerto
are
Rican from the
still
Bronx.
bits of New York in your accent. Funny enough, was that because of Mafia?
That was because of it was because of Mafia 2, GTA 4, um, Mafia 2, GTA 4, and also what other thing was I watching? It was Mafia related back in the day. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Was it Sopranos?
But it was on pay-per-view.
Was it Sopranos?
No, it wasn't The Sopranos. I only started watching The Sopranos now in the States because I can subscribe to something that does carry The Sopranos.
Oh.
Still, anyone recommend the viewing The Sopranos? If you haven't watched it, go ahead and do it. Just don't. I really hope that you don't like "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. Thank you very much.
Anyways, actually, and then I think the highlight of hold on, because the highlight of the night. Where were we? Let me I don't want to like hyper dox or whatever. We were around. We were around here, right? Where's Indian Creek? Actually,
Indian. Here's the thing. I don't care because the thing is, there's a lot of hotels on that.
wait.
Don't just pinpoint my hotel.
Wait, hold on. Look.
Tuttle Causeway. Zoom in on the Tuttle Causeway.
No, look at this. Look at this. Are you seeing? Hold on. Are you seeing this? Wait for stream to catch up. This is what I'm looking at. Remember when Pippa and Erica went here in New York?
Oh, they went to the museum. Oh yeah, they had one in New York. Yeah.
Of course, there's one in Miami.
Matter of fact, they had an ad for that
Oh,
on
oh,
the Dolphin Expressway, and I saw it on my way back home.
oh
On the way
boy.
back from work. Basically, so they had those signs up in 836 for like weeks
Oh,
until they finally, I suppose the contract lapsed and they decided that it wasn't worth renewing. I think that actually isn't there anymore anyway. I think personally, because the
oh,
ads aren't there anymore, and I haven't heard any more hullabaloo about it.
uh. Anyways, so where's
Who the hell is MLX?
who? What?
Yeah, I'm just checking. I'm just checking the chat over there.
Casino. These are the Casino Miami. These are all Seminole Native American owned, right? But they're in the Miami proper, aren't they?
Yeah, so basically, the Magic City Casino is in the city of Miami as a municipality. Matter of fact, it's across the McDonald's I go to in the middle of the night every time I get the munchies. I don't think it was the other casino. The casino, I think, oh yeah, the High Ali Stadium, which is where where Top Gear had where the American South special began.
Oh yeah, I actually haven't seen that episode in full. I've only seen the parts where they have the American stig and they get run out of the the town
You have
and
to see the very beginning. That's when I knew where it was because it's right next to through the tri-rail tracks.
that's
They actually show so basically during the episode they actually show tri-rail going by.
Oh, huh.
So yeah, basically so basically you got your cursor right over the train station, and right next to the station is Casino Miami, and in a part of the parking lot that's now fenced off.
Big Yike asks, are the GTA 6 trailers accurate? There's not enough traffic. You can hijack a car.
There is. I mean, from what I've seen, there is. So basically, to anyone who does ask, you can probably get this information elsewhere. They're fairly accurate. It's just that obviously Miami is much condensed, and they remove a lot. So there's not a lot of the construction zones that they are in real life. Because I suppose they went in 2022. And number two, why the fuck would you want so many construction sites? Unless
I remember I remember something specific. I think it was like all the back before I was a VTuber fan. This is like when I was young and watching Captain Sparkles of all things. He was doing a GTA playthrough. I think one of the missions, and one of his remarks was like the road that he's driving on in GTA is closed in real life. I think some part of the LA some section of the LA one LA street that is I think around the coast has been shut down in real life, but he's able to drive in it in the game. So that's that was an impression on me.
So another thing that they probably did is so basically trailer one when they have this woman on the convertible like waving like standing through the roof. That goes through I-395, State Road 836. That has no construction in there. Though in real life, at that particular time in 2022, if they did their scouting in 2022, that was chock full of construction. And matter of fact, still is. And the construction that was in there was supposed to be finished by 2023. You know, they delayed it to 2029.
Oh wow! 2029.
I'll have paid off the Fiesta by the time the I-395 construction is finished.
Actually, okay. So South Beach, we didn't make South Beach, did we? Wait, this is the Julia Tuttle, right? This is the Julia Tuttle. We this is it. Hold on. This is Indian Creek, right?
I don't know. The stream's not showing.
I don't know
what you're zooming in on.
Wait.
Is
there it is.
Up. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it over here. So that's the Tuttle Causeway, and then all the way to the right, close to the coast, you see where there's a little division between the two roads over there. Collins Avenue and Indian Creek is right over there.
Yeah, this one on the screen right now. That's
Yeah.
This is where we were.
Yeah, so to the right, you're gonna see obviously to the right, Collins Avenue is the northbound street, and Indian Creek on that particular section is the southbound street.
Our goal was around here. We never made it here. We were
No, no, no,
looking.
no, no, no. That no. So the goal is so basically we were a little below that,
Yeah.
and the goal was further all the way down by South Point.
Yeah, this was where we were looking for, right? Which we never made.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't there. Like I can't see if you could just like either screen the.
Hold on, it's
obviously the latency is so. We were on that section above. Okay, so we were on that section above. Our goal was keep going down past Lincoln Road, a little bit above 5th Street. 5th Street is right over there. So our goal was where it says Playa Miami Beach.
5th and
somewhere
8th
around
Street.
there.
Yeah, this area.
Mhm.
And we never made it.
We never made it because by the time we actually got to Miami Beach, it was already 6:30, and we were running way tight on time. You hadn't eaten anything in the whole day, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Let's go eat something. At least you'll get something to eat on my
Yeah,
day
have a
before
nice
you
Miami
leave.
meal.
Exactly.
And then so
I
we-
still owe you that food truck gathering. Whenever you come back down, it's gonna take you like a little over 8 hours, but see you.
yeah. And I think after that did we go back all the way up the McCarthy? No, we went all the way back up. No, we didn't make that. We went
We didn't make that place. We stayed where we were. We went to have a meal, and then I told shit the bus is coming. We gotta go.
Yeah, we
gotta
had to
bail.
Yeah. And so I think that was genuinely the highlight of the night. Like, besides the food, I really loved the food. That was a great place that you took me to. But highlight of the night was this
Chasing buses.
the rat race. The rat race.
So here's the thing. So the funny thing that happened. The really funny thing is just like, okay, so we exit. We don't catch the 150 again, but we do catch the 36. And because there's so much traffic, I can see the 150 is just a couple blocks up front. So because the 36 is empty and doesn't have many people, the 36 is moving a bit quicker than the 150. So the bus driver, once we're right behind the 150, tells us, okay, so I know you guys want to get on the 150, so one of you get down, flag down the bus driver. They're not supposed to stop, but because there's so much traffic, no one's gonna notice, and see if they can open the door for you.
I feel like, man, the 36 bus driver was an angel, man. God bless her.
That was one hell of a woman. I wish you the fucking best, whoever you
Oh
are.
man, she was so nice to us.
The reason why I love Miami-Dade Transit is
36 bus driver love. 36 bus driver love.
Yeah, 36 westbound from Miami Beach at around 7 p.m. Love you, girl. Love you.
Oh man, what a woman.
What a woman. So basically, Felix stays on the bus. I get off and I start running after that bus. There was and initially they don't stop. I knock on the bus and it's just like, and they don't stop, but then they stop further ahead. So at that point, that's when Felix gets off and starts chasing after me, and we both get on the 150. And we only made it back to the train station just before
minutes before my train back home. Before my train goes back home, literal minutes.
And then he tells me over message, oh, by the way, the train, the bus card, and the train card you didn't have no funds.
And the transit security decided, you know what? We'll just let him keep going. It's not. It didn't work. It's not worth it. It's not worth prosecuting me over. And then I just remembered there was a point, like he said, like Lima said, he chased after the 150. I was stuck on the 36. I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna be stuck here. I might as well go after him. And we're running full sprint down a gridlocked Miami street that is inching for
like that. Me just dodging people, dodging cars. There was a moment when I thought, can I like squeeze between this Range Rover and the bus? And I'm like, you know what? No, not worth it.
And there on my end, I was like, I think I was near the sidewalk, and I was in between. I was on the last lane to the right, during stopped cars, and I, I have to slow down because I'm out of breath. Lima disappears from my sight, like, and like a tenth of me is wondering, did Lima get run over by the 150? Because you
And then he
completely
just sees
disappeared.
me and then he sees me in the background. Get on! Because I managed to stop
I
him.
was there. I was standing there in the middle of the street, wondering, I'm here. I'm stuck here in this hellish rat race infernal city. Lima's left me. He might be dead. In the middle of the road, and I don't know where I'm going. And there's the 150, and then I just see him like, come on, you have to get on. You have to get on the bus.
You have to get on, or I'm driving you back.
Ah, oh man. Ah.
And the worst bit is that I both wanted and didn't want to drive him back because I had an overnight shift that day.
Ah.
I had to be at work by 11 p.m. and it was already like 7:40.
And that's why we were chasing the 150 the entire time we were in Miami.
So basically,
Only at the end did we get on.
Once we got on, so basically once we got on, it was just like, God, thank God. It was shits and giggles, but then when we got closer to the airport, we got stuck in a traffic jam, and we were like, oh shit. Because by the time we got on the traffic jam, it was already 8:20. And for a refresher, for those who are still watching,
8:35 was my was my connecting train to get out of there.
8:52. 8:52.
No, it was 8:52. Oh yeah, it was 8:52. Oh.
8:52 was the last train out of Miami.
Oh man.
I still think it was super fun, even though I think it's been 2 times when we've gone out, done something, and then it's just like we got frustrated by one thing or another.
Yeah.
So it was super fun. If a bit underwhelming because we didn't get to see.
I'm still a little bit traumatized by this.
The next time you want to come to Miami Beach, if you come like even during Christmas or New Year's Eve, you're not gonna see any of the madness you saw during Art Basel. I think that next year during the World Cup, we're fucked.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's gonna be
for the observance among you, for any single one of you who does like real football, who likes footy. The World Cup next year is gonna be shared between Canada, the US, and Mexico. One of the host cities is Miami. So during that time, and we're hosting a few different matches, which are all for I think if I remember correctly, for South American teams, which means we're gonna be super fucking packed. As a hospitality worker, I want to shoot myself.
Big Yike.
Sometimes I really want to find another job.
Big Yike asks, Night City or Miami? See, I don't think I've ever seen that like hellish traffic in Night City. The Night City might be like this. Night City might be a hellhole. Oh, you're gonna say that again?
I think Night City would only be with traffic density mods or something like that.
Yeah. Even in the GTA games, they never really, or like they don't model hellish traffic jams or any of the similar Rockstar or like open world games. They don't model that kind of like mile to mile hell that was. Oh man. This took an hour. I think it did take an hour, right? From here to here.
So for us to get from the airport to Miami Beach took a little over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I think an hour and 40 minutes would be a good amount because the thing is between the misconnection, my fucking impatience, and just overall the traffic hell we were in. I was like, I really want to bail and I really want to stay in mainland Miami, but You wanted to go to Miami Beach, so we went to Miami Beach.
To Miami Beach. Oh
But
man.
overall, it was yeah. I reckon it was the good thing we didn't saw any junkies and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, we were in the
Uh,
like we were in the more affluent sections, weren't we? It was Miami Beach,
I
wasn't
mean,
it?
we were, but here's the funny thing: the 36 route is very a chunk of the 36 bus route is pretty ghetto.
Oh. Oh, huh.
We were, but thank goodness that we were among some normal people that
Yeah.
were on the 36 on that time. And then again, the 36 bus that we briefly were on the way back was empty.
Oh,
But I know how ghetto the 36 can be because over the last couple of work days that I had to work 3 to 11, I've missed the last 150 bus and I had to get on the 36. It gets pretty ghetto. Like there was one time it was actually the last day I was at work, so it was someone. So this woman who's cussing out everybody, and she gets kicked out of the bus by the bus
boy.
driver. She's like, "I ain't gonna take any more your shit. Get the fuck off. You can't be here cussing everybody." And literally, the man literally like yells her out of the bus. It's obviously some homeless woman
Oh man.
that the guy only let on the bus out of pity, and it's just like, I ain't gonna do this shit no more. Ain't gonna fucking pay.
uh,
And it's just like, damn, that guy number one has my respect. Number two is just like, what the hell is going on?
see, this is what I avoid every day because I actually drive because I
You don't have a fucking job. Get the fuck out of here.
good.
Okay, that was a false alarm.
That-
Me not to trust the pod. You're old, Herb. You're older than me. You should know this by now. The many times I've had a skid mark because I thought it was a fart.
Oh.
That's uncomfortable.
Anyways, hold on.
It was a fun trip.
Yeah, fun trip. Fun trip. Slightly traumatized by public transport.
So basically, the next time he comes, we're not going to Miami Beach. I'm gonna say, you want to go to Miami Beach? You go yourself. Go pay your own Uber there, because I'm not fucking going.
Yeah.
We are
That is completely understandable.
We're staying in mainland Miami. Because here's the thing, most people like to go to Miami Beach, but there's a whole world of things to do, and a whole world of cuisine, cheaper but good cuisine to have on the other side of the causeway. Behind all of this, the barrier islands are just a tourist trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
People who want to come to Miami, who get a rental car and all this jazz. I'm gonna recommend you this: stay around the airport area, especially if you have a layover.
The port area is like the most consistent area that it's consistent. It's not insane and genuinely like planned by a madman. It's not.
Miami, be my guest. I don't recommend it really. But if you want to go to Wynwood, go see the design district, that kind of thing. Don't go to Little River. I will say, don't go to Little River.
What's wrong with Little River?
Yeah, don't go to Little River. Anything above 36th Street on the east side of mainland Miami, don't go. You're going to get shot. Little Havana and Flagami, absolute 10 out of 10. You want to get
there we go.
Good Latin cuisine, go over there. Little Havana, Coral Gables, all those places are good to go. Don't go to Miami Beach. It's just like, I would say it's not worth it. And honestly, if you want to go to a beach in Florida,
there's a lot of options. When I went to Miami Beach and South Beach, sometime earlier, It was very nice. Traffic was still hellish, but like, if you can afford it, because a lot of people can't afford it. South Beach and
Don't go to
this
Brickell.
in this
Don't go
general
to
area.
Brickell.
What is it?
Brickell. You can zoom in a little bit around downtown. You will see Brickell, but don't go. Is Little River the hood? Yes, Little River is the hood. That and Liberty City. So when you're on I-95 and you see the sign that says Northwest 62nd Street, Martin Luther King Boulevard, you are in the danger zone. Keep going.
Jeez.
Safety is called Northwest 36th Street. Thanks. Now go
Northwest
and
36th.
Northwest 36th Street and below, you're good.
Anywhere north is active PvP zone.
So basically, you see 112, 112. Anything above that, you're in the danger zone.
And yeah, I think we're ports are like me. They don't have the patience or tolerance for your unemployed bullshit. Um, yeah, the port area is it is the most consistent area that I've seen of Miami. Again, a complaint that I have of Miami, it's designed by a madman. The civil engineer was on some kind of opioid when he designed it.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you where the civil engineer decided Miami was from. Cuba.
Oh.
The whole thing about Miami is that it's an American city with Latin American infrastructure. That's the reason why most people, like, that are from South America that move to the States end up retiring in Miami, because it just feels it feels like, I don't know, I wouldn't say Caracas. It's not like Caracas because there's no hills. Oh, it feels like Maracaibo, city in western Venezuela.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Maracaibo.
Wasn't the city made on a swamp? Reclaimed swamp, I would say, part of the western Miami-Dade, close to the urban development boundary, on Chrome Avenue. The whole of Florida is a swamp.
Yeah, the entirety of Florida used to be the Everglades. We just reduced the size in order to fit the cities.
And rerouted it.
Yeah. Wynwood, Miami Design District. Wynwood and Miami Design District. These are like the more upscale areas, right? Oh.
The more upscale areas close to the danger zone.
Yeah, close. Like I said, like there was one point driving in Miami. On one side of the river was literal mansions. On the other side was the hood. Was straight up the ghetto. I don't understand who designed it, why he designed it that way. Why development happens in this way?
Everyone, the story of Miami, that it feels pretty much like Latin America, because what happened is that people arrived.
Yeah.
Mr. Flagler with his railroad, and they just started putting. They were just starting plots of land, claiming plots of land at random, and then comes the 80s, and they built I-95.
Oh yeah, they extended it down here.
Right through the middle of it. They bulldozed so many neighborhoods to lay down that, but things were already below it and around it.
Yeah.
But we have to. It's not only because there were other Hispanics. There were also a lot of Bahamians, people from the Bahamas.
Bahamas.
Miami. Coconut Grove used to be a pretty significant enclave of Bahamians. Unfortunately, that's no more, because it's close to the water, and rich people will do as rich people do and gentrify the fuck out of everything.
Fligami. That's there's Fontainebleau, there's Sweetwater. Yeah, and then past it's not, hold on.
Fligami,
it's not very far in between what is straight up the Everglades and then dense urban environment. This is only Tamiami. This is only a relative
Tamiami. So here it is. So it's basically beyond Tamiami, US 41, Southwest 8th Street, and then the Everglades. You're on the Everglades now.
That's that. And then, but this is Tamiami is still urban, right?
Suburban, actually.
Oh, it's suburban. Okay.
So all Tamiami is mostly, I think it's the entirety actually is unincorporated Miami-Dade.
Oh, huh.
Fontainebleau is where the Midway Crossings Mall is.
Oh.
DMB office is there.
Oh, that thing.
And my favorite place in the world, Wawa.
Well, there's
Wow.
Wawas everywhere across Florida, thankfully.
Thank God, that's the best thing Pennsylvania ever gave us.
Yeah. Biscayne Park, Opaloka. This is yeah. This is the
Opaloka, the hood. Opaloka is the hood.
no, like nope, not here, not here. Oh, there's the Hard Rock.
This guy was in the train. Okay, passing Opaloka, and I'm like, don't get off, don't get off.
Don't open the doors.
Do not open the door.
Don't open the doors for anyone.
And you told me your train conductor was in a hurry because he missed us. He left late, so he was flooring it through the train track to try. And make it on time. He did make it on time though.
Yeah, I think at one point the train conductor stopped the train because he is that guy throwing a bike or whatever. It's not at the train. Just keep going. Just Florida things, you know. It's a common occurrence in Florida.
Yes, people throwing shit.
Easier drug running over water. Well,
we're way beyond that at this point.
Yeah, this is hold on. Oh, there's Stiltsville. Oh, this is where James May went here recently. I think he did a video on that. Stiltsville.
I haven't checked. I have to see the James May Gin channel.
Yeah, the Gin channel.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but Stiltsville is one of those things that like.
Let's go to the
that even
hold on.
Still exists.
Yeah, this is the Ruins of Historical Community at Sea. This is the one I was talking about.
Stiltsville is one of those things that I'm still surprised it still exists, considering all the number one, the water erosion, and number two, the natural events that happen around Florida.
Yeah, like hurricanes, stuff like that.
Exactly. So it's an interesting thing, and I also wonder how people used to live there. When did I come to America? 2021.
I think this used to be a lot. This used to be a lot bigger, right? It's only this building that's left.
I think that's like the biggest building. There were a handful of other buildings that over time have,
that sank into the ocean.
Exactly.
Admittedly, the sea, like the ocean here, is very shallow because I think the entirety of
it's a joint prison. Fuck you, bud.
When's this? Shut up. But yeah, the entirety of Florida is on a continental shelf, which means you can see, like, if you zoom out, the entirety is on the entirety is on the continental shelf, so the waters are going to be pretty shallow until outside of the Bahamas. What is it?
I would just say it's gonna be pretty shallow.
Yeah.
It ain't.
Yeah, until it's not. Then you see then you drop to the center of the earth.
No, so, speaking of, because you zoomed down to New Orleans, and I'm like, and I saw New Orleans, and I remember when I was driving to Houston, and I'm just like, my GPS briefly said take I-10 towards New Orleans, and I'm like, are you sure about that? and then the GPS said, never mind, too much traffic, keep going on I-12.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, it's not that so yeah, there is the road, there is the side road here, and then did you go through Baton Rouge?
I did go through Baton Rouge, yes.
You go through Baton Rouge, and then you hit Houston.
Biloxi.
Okay. And Biloxi, okay.
I think it wasn't on that order, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, but it looks like it was in that order because Biloxi's before Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Biloxi's. Having been to New Orleans, it is a nice place. Thankfully, but there is in fact a lot of traffic, at least outside or directly outside of the city.
A lot of traffic and a lot of gun violence.
Yeah. That's
capital of America, murder capital of America. At least until recently, I think. Then I because I don't trust the New Orleans Police Department. They're probably underreporting.
Yeah. Hmm. I think the oh yeah, having been to where is that? Having been to Clearwater before, like I don't go to the West Coast. I don't go to the Florida West Coast all that often. The Gulf Coast.
I
Something
haven't
that
even gone. I got 4 years in Florida and I haven't gone to the West Coast.
something that
I
I
keep
that
saying I'm going to go to Tampa and I don't.
oh wow. But yeah, like I've driven through Tampa, gotten to Clearwater. I've only been to Clearwater, and I think I've only been in Sarasota a little bit. When I was a kid, but Clearwater.
Yes, the key.
What is it?
Yes, the key. So it's gonna be close to Sarasota. My mum keeps wanting to go there because we back in Venezuela there was this cafe that was themed after Siesta Key, and my mum
Oh,
always
huh.
wanted to go there.
There was it was themed after it.
It was themed after Siesta Key.
I've never even I've never even heard of Siesta. Like I've probably been there as a kid, but I genuinely can't remember Siesta Key. Honestly, it didn't it might not have left a strong impression on me. But I remember the biggest thing, I guess, the biggest thing that you see coming into Clearwater is the giant Church of Scientology headquarters, like sitting like right here, that greets
I
you,
mean,
that greets you
take
coming
you as
in, which is like
take you as one in Miami, right around 22nd Avenue. There it is, the Scientology Church.
I. Which is funny because I use two images of Tom Cruise on the thumbnail for us running after the bus. Speaking of which, yeah, I think no, yeah, that was in New York. I remember describing
Okay, Dante has been to Siesta Key.
hmm. Oh, Siesta Key was nice. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta I guess I gotta see that at some point.
Okay,
That would be nice.
okay, kidnapping you again. Get in the Fiesta. We're going to Siesta Key.
I thought we're going to Orlando first to see the Invaders and the and Phase Saga.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
God,
they're having the
like,
yeah
if I can use my fucking employee discount on the chain, but I don't want to take any trips at the moment because current situations, for example.
yeah yeah. But yeah, but she was talking about it on Phase Weekly, and I decided like I know I wouldn't be able to go, but that would be a great
I
trip.
mean,
I've never been to
mean,
Holiday Matsuri. I've never been to any anime con, so that
best
would be
city in Florida. Ooh.
Daytona Beach. Oh my gosh.
That's my
I
opinion. I prefer Ocala.
Ocala. But to me, where's Ocala?
It's north of Wildwood and north of Orlando.
Oh, north of Orlando. Okay.
So here's the thing, because I'm an old man, okay? So I like Ocala, number one, because it's quiet. Number two, there's not a lot of traffic. And number three,
Oh, there's
cheap.
Ocala. Oh yeah, the. You said this is a relatively a smaller area, right?
And you know that we have a friend that lives over there.
Yeah. But to me, I feel like one of the strongest impressions on me.
It's north of the villages.
Yeah, one of the strongest impressions on me. What?
Another thing about Ocala that I
Oh.
love is that there's still a lot of nature in Ocala,
Hasn't been fully developed yet.
and I hope that it never does.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Marion County, Silver Springs, Marion County as a whole is a place that I like. It's because it has that that small town charm still. And I'm not really a big beach fan. I've lived by the coast my entire life. Number
mean-
one in Maracaibo, and now here in Miami. I've never seen the appeal of the beach. I love the weather though.
Mm.
That's
I
the
mean-
thing about Florida as a whole, that I love the weather.
I do live close to the coast, but I feel like I don't go to the beach so often that it's still an experience going to one. It's still like a little experience of its own. So I guess and Daytona, it's got the International Speedway. It's got it's got a lot. Daytona Beach is a great like if you can avoid the like the asshole spring breakers, it's genuinely a really nice place to me. It's in northern Florida, so it is capable of getting like a little more chilly.
It's kind of to me. I would say that Daytona Beach is like Central Florida because it's not that far from Orlando.
Yeah, but it is genuinely probably my favorite place in Florida, and were it not for like
Look,
my
my friend,
vacation in Las Vegas, I would have probably rated Daytona Beach maybe my favorite city in the U.S. But
uh,
I am quite
one
fond of
thing
it.
that I did so this hurt me when it happened. Speaking of international speedways, the
Yeah.
Morosis Motorsports Park, which used to be in Palm Beach County, now they've turned into warehouses. Or I think they're actually going to turn into a fucking AI data center.
Oh.
So,
Hmm.
it used to be in Palm Beach County, the Moroso Motorsport Park. Then it became, I think it was the Palm Beach International Speedway. Sadly, that is no more. I honestly would have loved to go there with the Bean for a track day, even though I probably wouldn't have broken the Bean there.
Yeah.
But besides that, I think that, but
Yeah.
yeah, I do believe
That
that
really
if
sucks.
you like the beach, definitely Daytona Beach is a great pick. But if you like nature, if
It,
you like nature as a whole,
um.
I would definitely like nature, not just the beach, but forests,
Like actual hiking, going outside.
hiking, which I love. I prefer Ocala a million times. Ask your friend if he agrees with Jeremy Quantz's opinion of Florida. He hates it for
Yeah.
all the reasons that he hates it for all the reasons that I love it. Because
Yeah.
it's warm, because if people ask if you want cheese with everything.
Yeah, because I want cheese with everything.
and
Because
by contrast, I don't really like cheese. I think the only cheese I tolerate is the only cheese I like is mozzarella, and that's the only cheese I tolerate.
oh, huh.
Like
Lactose
American
intolerant?
cheese, yeah,
Are
yellow.
you lactose intolerant?
American cheese, I despise. It's just plastic to me.
I mean, I grew up with it, so I guess like, and I'm not gonna like. Is it a bit trashy? Yeah, but the like I get it from the deli, and it turns out nice, so I'm not gonna complain. I make things with it, so I'm not gonna throw it away. Um,
One thing that I should do the next time you're around is that I should make you that plantain puree.
so
And with instead of
so
using
gonna
like
tell
literally,
you too right now. Google Maps logs your viewing and mouse movements. That's why you don't want to use it to plan your robberies. Where did the whole
that's what we use.
Americans have cheese with everything
Honestly,
come from?
speaking of map stuff, speaking of map stuff that I'm doing right now. So basically, if I don't know, I've told you this. I've cut off Google Maps. I don't use Google Maps for
Oh,
navigation. I don't use I don't use navigation Google Maps for navigation at all. I
yeah.
actually uninstalled it from my phone.
Oh, yeah.
I was using Here We Go, which is what, if anyone remembers Windows Phone, those were the maps that Windows Phone used to use. But then I realized that Here We Go doesn't reroute around traffic. It's definitely geared towards truckers. You know, people have
Oh.
to stay in the very specific roads because their trucks are going to hit either the ceiling or they're going to meet up with some what do you call?
Oh, hi,
Weight
Clanker.
restriction.
The U.S. government used to have a giant cheese stockpile. Processed cheese is shit. Get some real fucking cheese, damn it. Well, it's what I can get. All right. They sold it to a company recently. I think they're
How
still
reasonably?
operating. I'm not
Can
sure.
we blame it on Biden or do we have to blame it on Trump?
I think
Who
it's
stole
still
the cheese?
sold the cheese. I think it's they're still offloading it. I think it was in North Carolina. Or is it in the Midwest? It's the vault.
It's probably in Wisconsin.
The vault. No, it was literal cheese caves. There was a cave. Then they drilled a hole in it, and then like put a vault there, and like it made a giant, like, I guess because it was like cold enough to be refrigerator temperatures anyway. Then they put the cheese vault there. uh
Yeah. So I've now been trying another maps app that uses OpenStreetMaps. It's going pretty good. The only thing that I would have a complaint about that app is that number one, it has subscription. It's a 1 year $8 subscription, so I went for it. And The other thing is that all of the map's landmarks are incorrect.
Oh. Is it
So
like
I literally just have to know the address of where I'm going. But I don't mind it because I don't really explore much via maps anyway. When I do explore something, it's just that I just put the address on, and it's very good at rerouting around traffic. So that's the only reason why I'm still using it. I'll probably let the subscription lapse, and I won't renew it, and I'll probably go back to Here We Go.
Is it
Anyway,
running off of an is it running off of an older an older map software?
No, it's so basically it's using. So here's the thing about OpenStreetMaps. OpenStreetMaps is it's open source. Everybody's contributing to the map. So the streets themselves and all the directions are very correct.
Oh.
The problem is that the map maker is in charge of maintaining like the landmarks, and for America they're super incorrect because they're based out of Italy.
Oh, okay.
And the worst part is they don't allow for community contributions.
Oh, so you can't correct them.
I can't correct. For example, there's this. So basically, you know Michael's, that chain store.
Yeah.
So they put one in the middle of State Road 836. Like it's straight up. It's in the middle of the expressway. Ah yes, Michael's right in the middle of the expressway. Totally understandable.
Hold on.
Down the cheese hole.
And Clanker in his cheese hole. Yeah, they did keep buying cheese to keep milk farms alive. I think it was during the 80s. It started during the 80s. It's the 70s or the 80s, and then it just kept growing because like they decided, you know what, we have a free source of income because our product is going to be bought anyway, and then it just kept getting filled up with cheese.
You want cheese? Meanwhile, the American, you want cheese with that?
Yeah. And where it came from, I'm not sure. I think it was because of like we just liked we liked burgers and we liked cheeseburgers, and that's where it probably came from. I'm actually not sure where it, like, besides that, where the you want cheese with that came from, other than us having the cheesecapes and all.
Speaking speaking of cheese, so like I said, I don't like American cheese. So where I go buy my cheese from, so I get my mozzarella from Costco because it's cheap. But for the specialty cheese, for the good cheese, the one we call semi-hard cheese,
Yes.
queso semiduro, that one we take a grater to it and we grate it.
Yeah, that one.
Queso semiduro. That one, of course. I go to my local Venezuelan enclave, Doral, and that's where I buy it from. I have funnily enough, they sell it at a bakery of all places.
Oh, they don't have a cheesemonger. They have it at a bakery.
We have it at a bakery. But hey, I get my sweet bread over there. Like it's a loaf. So basically it's a loaf of bread, and they sprinkle and they let the sugar melt on top of it.
Oh, that's nice.
It's super simple, but it's super nice.
Mm.
And I get my semiduro there. So that one I use it for my plantain puree. It's very simple to make. It's very easy to make on a pinch, like the plantain puree. You just grab a yellow one. Grab a yellow plantain, one that's matured enough. You chop the ends off it. You take the skin off. You chop it in half, and you put it on a pot. You let it come to a boil, and you pinch it every now and then until.
Wait, you what exactly?
What?
You pinch it, or?
Yeah, you pinch it. You pinch it with a fork.
Oh, I see.
That fork just goes through it like butter. Then you pull it out. You grab that same fork. You slather it in margarine, and you start whacking it. And then, after you mixed it up real well, you grab your semiduro, you grate it on top. Boom! You got yourself a great dinner. It's a poor man's dinner, but it's a great dinner nonetheless. It's exotic for America.
I mean, wait, it's like cheese on a plantain, right?
Exactly.
Actually, hold on. Perf says, Felix, look at dairies near you. You can 100% get a reel of cheese from that properly made fresh wax wrap. We do have the
On your
thing
end?
is, I don't think my fridge is large enough. I usually
Oh,
stick to the deli. I get it from a nearby deli. So like I think like having it in small packs is typically the way that I get stuff like that, meat, cheese, that kind of thing
so
from the delicatessen.
for the semi doodle, we get it. So when we get it, it's literally a triangle. It's not a
Mm,
it's not a big triangle. I would say it's about the size of a Logitech steering wheel. I would say, like in terms of width, but it still fits on the fridge.
mm. So it's
It's
like Logitech steering wheel. Also like an average, like a smaller steering wheel, smaller wheel of cheese.
hmm but
Mm.
overall, I would say so. Basically, you have plantains on Miami Beach, fried plantains. Those are still good to have. But I prefer the plantain puree because number one, it's a great breakfast food. It's a great
Oh, it's a
it's great
good
for
breakfast.
it's good breakfast. It's good for dinner. I wouldn't say it's good for lunch though because it's because of what I've said. It's not filling enough to be a lunch. But depends on what cheese you're gonna use. It's good with mozzarella too, but I prefer to have it with semi-duro. It just makes sense.
Mm.
At least for like a foreigner like me.
Would you pair meat with it?
I wouldn't say meat.
Yeah, well,
Definitely
like,
chicken though.
oh yeah, with chicken.
I wouldn't
Anyways,
say I wouldn't say beef. I wouldn't say beef. But anywho,
anyways,
we didn't catch the gun girls. That's
we didn't
big
catch the gun girls. We
on
very
that terrible disappointment.
back to the studio. Thank you everyone who came. Thank you Random Perv. Thank you Clanker upstairs. Thank you Big Yike. And for all the questions.
26. I don't know if he's still here. I think it's LB.
Oh, that's Terrible Artists. Thank you, Terrible Artists. And
Yep.
thank you, Ant the Fool, and thank you, Dantioch Fanboy. I will be seeing you on Monday and Wednesday. That's before Christmas. Oh, I forgot to add Lima. He streams from time to time on Twitch. He doesn't have a very active YouTube, but you can catch him whenever he is live. Thank you everyone who came. Otsu love, and I'll be seeing you those days.
Yep.
We're
So, can I?
let's pick out a place to raid.
Yeah. So,
Hold on.
let me know so I can do the closing. Let me know when you're about to hit the rate button to end the stream.
Okay. Oh, there's a. All right. We'll go over to we'll go over to Sugioki. Thank you everyone who came. Otsu love, and we'll be seeing you next time. Manual.
Yep. And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on a Mafia 3 stream sometime soon. I hope. I don't know when I'll stream because I got a fucking life unlike this moron over here.